In terms of broad trends across young folks, the most important one, the one that I think guarantees that we will be attending to this for many years to come, we cannot sweep this under the rug, is that rates of anxiety and depression are rising quickly for kids born after 1995. It's rising across social classes, across races, not so much across genders, or rather I should say, things are getting worse for boys substantially, but for girls, it's several times worse, several times faster, the increase. And what's very important to understand, because there's debate around this, some people say, kids, they like to say they're depressed. They're comfortable with this language. There was an op-ed in the New York Times a couple weeks ago by a psychiatrist saying, it's not real. It's just changing diagnostic categories. No, because if you look, there are studies, we cite them in the book. If you look at hospital admission data, this is the number of kids admitted because they cut their body with something sharp and had to be admitted to a hospital. It shows exactly the same pattern as it does for depression and anxiety. That is, it's way up. It's up even for the 11 to 13-year-olds, and it's up especially for girls. And then you look at the suicide data. This is CDC data, federal data. Same thing. The boys' suicide rate for teenage boys from the first decade of the 21st century to the last couple of years, it begins going up around 2010, 2011. It's up 25%. 25% more dead boys by their own hand over the last 10 or so years. For girls, the increase is 70%, 7-0. So this is not just some isolated thing on a few college campuses. We have a mental health crisis across social classes, across all the different divides. On the elite college campuses, this is contributing to a culture of protectiveness. We're vulnerable, or at least even if I'm not vulnerable, she's vulnerable, he's vulnerable. I am standing up for them. We can't have Ben Shapiro talk here, for example.